I know it's been a while since I have filmed a video. I'm coming in today by myself, really quick. It's been kind of hectic around the household between work and school now. Well, school is officially over, so I wanted to do a quick little video just to give a little background because I'm starting to get inbox questions, especially from those that are graduating like in criminal justice or like in forensics and stuff. And even at my job, I'm starting to get a lot of phone calls. So I just wanted to come in right quick just to give another little update background about me. So back in 1998, I started doing crime scene investigations in New Orleans, Louisiana. When I first started doing crime scene investigations, everything was on the job training. I had a couple of hours of biology, a couple of hours of math and English, just a couple of hours of everything. So I didn't have a degree. No, I did not have a degree. But once again, that was back in 1998. So as time go on, I learned different things. We have in-service training where they take us into like a room and they say, okay, this is the new technique that is out. Want y'all to, learn how to use this, and that's how it goes. So now we fast forward to through 2005, Hurricane Katrina. I had no issues on leaving. I had just went back to school when Hurricane Katrina happened because I was trying to go a class here, a class there, but sometimes I wouldn't get off of work on time to make it to like a 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock class. And then I couldn't work too late because at that time I had small kids, all of that. So 2005, I called myself trying to go back to school. It just it didn't work out. August 2005, Hurricane Katrina. So at that time, me and my boyfriend, I had to stay and work. Him and his family left. My mom had my kids, so on and so forth. So eventually 2-3 weeks later, we met up, finally was able to get a phone signal. He came and picked me up from the Baton Rouge airport, and he was like, where we going? I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know. So I made phone calls, and then I had friends of friends of friends, and that's how we ended up in Texas. So the people that I knew wasn't even living in Texas anymore, so which is basically friendships that formed from other friends and stuff. So we ended up coming here. We knew that we had to stay because I was in the process of getting my kids back. So I didn't get my kids from my mom until like the middle of September, almost the end of September, somewhere in that range. So a couple of weeks later. So New Orleans was just all over the place. Couldn't go back there. So I put my kids in school. So now we're talking January 2006. They called us, okay, y'all need to come back to work. We kind of got everything settled. We got the cruise ships going on, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but I have my kids. It was like, sorry, we don't have nowhere for your kids. I'm like, okay, well, can I just take a leave of absence? So I took a leave for about 2-3 months. And then when I realized everything that was going on, my kids were like A students, but here they was kind of, oh, we need to put them in special classes. Oh, they need extra tutoring. Oh, they need all of this extra stuff. So I was like, okay. So then around February come, I'm like, you know what? We just go stay. Let's just stay. We started thinking, what can we do for the kids? Because at first we were just going to go to the summer and then we'll move back to New Orleans. But everything was just so crazy that we knew we couldn't go back. So I called my job and I told them I don't think I'm coming back. And I said, well, I'm going to just, verbally resign. They said, well, if you ever come back, you have somewhere to come back to. Okay, so be it. So my boyfriend, at the time, was already working. He jumped right in and he went to work. So between all of this, it's like, okay, well, we've been together. So you think you want to do this? I think I'm kind of stuck with you. Just like Hurricane Katrina kind of forced us to live together, to be together, all this kind of stuff. So we got married March of 2006. And then as, time go on, I'm still not working. I tried like a day job here, a day job there. It wasn't happening. So I'm telling myself, I said, okay, if I'm going to get back into a crime scene work or whatever, I got to find a way to be able to, figure out what Texas needed versus what Louisiana needed. And Texas was totally different. So eventually this position was posted I told him, now we decided to stay in Texas. Him and I get married. We do all this stuff. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to apply for this position. So this position comes available. But in between that, we go on our honeymoon finally, go to Hawaii, do all of this kind of, fun stuff. We come back, position still posted, apply for it. November, I get an email saying, hey, you've been selected for an interview, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, big, no problem. But I'm going to back up just a little bit. So before we left for Hawaii, I took sick. Found out I had diabetes. I'm like, great. So here it is, something new. It's like my body must have went into some type of shock because coming from New Orleans to here, the food was different, all of that. So then we go to Hawaii, we come back, I get the email. So I interview in December. So after Thanksgiving, I interview for the job. Still here, Louisiana, the place, Louisiana, driver's license, Louisiana, because I'm still on the fence if we going back. So they was like, okay, but I had also interviewed at other police departments. Kid you not, my birthday is in January. The week of my birthday, all 4 agencies called me at the same time. One was for a PSO, was a public safety officer, because I did go through the police academy in New Orleans, so I had that background. So it's basically going out to the minor calls, taking reports, traffic stuff. Then another one called me for a dispatching job. Never did it, but I'm like, okay, I know the criminal justice system, I know codes, I know all of that. And then the crime scene one. So the crime scene one was in the city, was back doing what I wanted to do, so I grabbed that one. That was in January of 2007. Here come February. Still don't have insurance yet because I have to work for 30 days. Find out I was pregnant. I was like, okay. Yeah, so Tristan comes June of 2007, but he wasn't due to August. So I'm saying all that to say I didn't have time to really go back to school the way I really wanted to. So I started trying to take classes again, would get called out. Oh, I knew class was for 8 and I get called out at 4 o'clock in the morning. Didn't make it, so I tried online, tried different online, spent all this money. Didn't work. That was 2007. Here we are now, present day, 2016. I finally graduated. Finally graduated from college. Finally graduated from college once again. It was a long, hard road being a single mom. Started having kids early on. I was still in high school, 17 years old. But it didn't stop me. It didn't deter me. I just had to go a little longer. So, saying all that to say, if you feel like you're stumbling and you don't think you can get ahead, I took 1 class. Then I took 2 classes. Then I took 1 class. And that's all I can do. And then I finally got it done. So last Friday, I walked across the stage. I have graduated. I am done. And next week, matter of fact, this week coming in, this Wednesday, I have an interview for a supervisor position at work. It's kind of nerve-wracking because there's another person at work that's applying for it, and plus 4 the people from the outside applying for it. And all I can do is try. All I can do is try, go in that interview, pray about it, and if it's meant for me, it's meant for me. But it would just, everything would just happen at the right time. This supervisor position has been posted for a couple of months, and everybody at my job knew I was in school. They knew this, but it just seemed like I graduated on Friday. They told me on this past Monday you interviewing next Wednesday. It was just like freaky, like really freaky. But if anybody have any questions or need some support, just send me a message. Some kind of way. I can't figure out how you do it on Facebook, on YouTube anymore. You used to have like a little message thing, and now I just can't figure out where that is. But I will link my email address. I don't do spam email, but if you just have some questions about school, about forensics, about anything, I'll link my email in the bottom. And just email me, and I try to get back to you as fast as I can or whatever. But once again, like I said, I've been doing this job since 1998. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time. Different changes, 2 different cities, 2 different agencies, and it's just like night and day, but I never gave up. So I'm just trying to say, never give up, and you can accomplish anything that you want. Even if it takes you a long time to do it, you can eventually do it. So with that being said, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.
Now, what kind of nasty bastard is go 48 hours without washing their ass?